Nick put his hands behind his back. He asked God to guess how many fingers he was holding out. God said 7. Nick purposely held back 2. He wanted to embarrass God, but when he looked closely at his hand, he realized he really had 7 fingers. Nick was dumbfounded. At that moment, God asked Nick to take his place. With magical powers, Nick was so scared that he turned around and ran away, but he accidentally stepped into a puddle. Surprisingly, his shoes didn't get wet at all, but he just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. But the car wouldn't start. The car started right up. Nick couldn't believe what was happening, so he went to the diner to try it out. He held out his hands, and the tomato soup started rolling, and there was a big gust of wind around him. The tomato soup was split in half. Nick then believed that he really had the power of God. He had become a god. Nick began to enjoy the feeling of superpower. He pointed his hands at a fire hydrant and turned it into a fountain. Any clothes that he liked, all he had to do was close his eyes. The clothes would be on him instantly, and with a click of his hand, the tags were burned away. Suddenly, Nick met a punk who used to pick on him. He walks up to the punk with all the arrogance in the world, and asked him to apologize, and he made everybody laugh. Tom said if I could get a monkey out of my ass, I'd apologize to you. But as soon as he said that, Tom felt something was wrong. A monkey did come out of his crotch, and everyone froze in their tracks. Then Nick opened his mouth, and spit out a million bees, and they were all running around getting bitten. Then he told the monkey to go where it came from, and Tom got hurt again. And just a day earlier, he was just a loser with a lot of negative energy. For being late to work every day, he was fired from his job. Then he was bullied by a bunch of gangsters. At night, he crashed his car into a streetlight. The car was a total loss. Nick was furious. He even threatened to fire God. And the next day, he got a mysterious phone call, offering him a high-paying job. Nick rushed to the interview, but as soon as he got out of the car, he stepped in a puddle. When he got upstairs, he realized that the person interviewing him was God, and that's how it happened. He accidentally became God's surrogate.